Hello there. In an interesting development, the EU Commission says it's come up with a new proposal to solve the Northern Ireland Protocol problems. The EU post-Brexit negotiator, Maros Šefčovič, has now come out and said that there is a way to solve the protocol issues to the point that only a couple of lorries a day moving from Britain into Northern Ireland would need to be checked. And the solution is, as I understand it, the UK providing the EU customs officials with real-time data on the goods moving across the Irish Sea into Northern Ireland. But as far as I'm aware, the UK built that system and the EU is refusing to use it. So something in the dynamics has changed, except that the EU wants to make it look like a Brussels solution, not an already provided London solution. And a lot of people seem quite satisfied with this. Well, surprise, surprise, I'm not. And here's why. Those that look at this problem generally see it from the EU and Dublin perspective, and they talk about businesses in Northern Ireland having the best of both worlds in that they can sell into the EU single market and the UK market with no restrictions. But what they never tell you is that those same businesses and the ordinary consumers in Northern Ireland do not have unfettered access to buy anything they want from the rest of the UK. That market is being quietly strangled out of existence by the protocol. And this supplying of data from the UK to the EU won't change this, because the system requires British businesses to complete onerous paperwork to get their stuff on the ferries to Northern Ireland in the first place. Šefčovič said this sharing of data by the UK would make any barrier invisible. But it won't if you have to fill more paperwork in to get an item from Sussex to Norfolk than you do to get it from Sussex to Northern Ireland, and they're both in the UK. And Brussels will know this anyway. Why do you think they're warming to the idea? And there might be other conditions in the EU small print too. That would follow the normal Brussels style, wouldn't it? Now, this might have been acceptable right from the start, perhaps, but since Dublin and Brussels have both overplayed and weaponised the protocol, we would be stupid to take them at their word. Now, Brussels will want to be seen as the good guys here. Look, we offered a way out, they will say. But as far as I can make out, this customs data sharing was all set up anyway, and the Eurocrats didn't want to know. They didn't use it. And I would also say that the timing of this is a bit undiplomatic, considering that the UK is shut down politically at the moment due to the death of the Queen. Now, for their part, the DUP has rejected sharing power with Sinn Féin until the protocol is scrapped. And sharing customs data under the protocol rules isn't going to cut that particular mustard. But the DUP is now facing a real crossroads. Under the power sharing agreement, if they don't agree as the second largest party in Stormont to take part in a joint executive with Sinn Féin, which is now the biggest party in Stormont, then they could be staring at new Stormont elections sometime between the 24th of November and the 19th of January next year, despite having had elections back in May this year. And if the DUP slides further in popularity, then you will probably see a power-sharing executive between Sinn Féin and the Alliance Party. And that will leave the Unionists with nothing, because as far as I can make out, the Alliance Party just wants to help make Northern Ireland a better place to live, whether it be under London rule or Dublin rule. But if Alliance doesn't break through to second place, if it's still Sinn Féin and the DUP in the first two slots, then this cycle of elections every few months could well continue. And right now the people of Northern Ireland need help with the cost of living crisis. So it's not a good time to have a power vacuum. Now, it could be that the DUP lost votes in the last election because they backed Boris Johnson's protocol, and that by now being hard-nosed over the protocol, the DUP could win those votes back to regain their position as the largest party at the next election. But that is not a given. Anyway, Liz Truss needs to press on with getting the Northern Ireland Protocol Bill through Parliament to give the government some tools to deal with any problems the protocol throws up. Now, one point to note is that when the bill is enacted, nothing changes, except for the fact that the government has gained powers it can then use. And anything it wants to do using the Act will require parts of it to be legally commenced by statutory instrument first. At the end of the day, I find it interesting that Maros Šefčovič has come out with this olive branch, albeit a UK olive branch, at this particular time. Brussels will be keen to keep the protocol yoke around our necks, and they may be concerned that we're about to break free. And they may think that by offering a path of less resistance, we'll just agree to remain fettered. And further, maybe Brussels is concerned that if they get this protocol thing wrong, instead of us suffering a trade barrier down the Irish Sea, they could be staring at a trade border between the Republic of Ireland and the rest of the European Union.